Namaste and Lakach Jayom Guru. Loving greetings to all of my dearly beloved brothers and sisters. What a blessing it is to get together again today, as we do just about every day, God willing, of course, to share in what I like to refer to as our energy traffic report. Well, where we're checking in on what is the energy flow like today, right? Just as if we're, when we're crossing the street, we have to look both ways, make sure it's safe, right? And there's cars whizzing back and forth, and you got to kind of time it right to be able to get across the street without getting hit by a car or a truck. Well, we find the same thing could be going on with energy in our day, right? We tend to sometimes seem to be like run over by energy if we weren't aware of what that energy flow was doing today. So that's why we like to start our day in what I call the right way. After our sadhana, the very next thing to do is to get in tune with the energy of the day. And we do that, we can get some assistance with that if we don't know what the energy of the day is, with our galactic calendar and our cosmic dream spell astrology wisdom workbook. And as we keep working with this calendar and workbook each day, well, we kind of get into this, what I call a cosmic rhythm, a cosmic cadence, which is our natural rhythm. And when we get into that natural rhythm, then you might not need this time cyclical decoding device to figure out what the energies are, because you'll be used to feeling them every day. There's a rhythmical pattern to them. And our life will go in perfect harmony with the universe if we can get in harmony with that rhythm. So let's grab our galactic calendar and let's open to the 8th galactic moon, and it's the galactic moon of integrity, right? Because it's the 8th moon, it's in alignment with the 8th galactic tone, and that is the galactic tone of integrity. And so what we need to next look at is, we want to see where are we in this 28-day energy cycle that's going on, because this is a calendar of energy, not a calendar of days and weeks and months and years, although the Gregorian date is written in here. It's just this is more about the energy that's changing each day. And so, where are we on this? Well, we're in this red week, this initiating energy kind of week here. And we're at the end of it here, and we see that we have 2 bars and 2 dots for our tone, right? We know that our galactic signature is a combination of a tone and a frequency. So we see that it is this 2 bars and 2 dots. That means it's the 12th tone. We call it the crystal tone of cooperation, CALAHUN. CALAHUN. Ka is 2, Lahun is 10, and it's CALAHUN today as far as the tone part of our galactic signature goes for today. And then we see this crystal tone of cooperation is coming together today with Yellow Warrior Kib. So today we would say Yellow Crystal Warrior, as this yellow warrior is coming together with the crystal tone of cooperation. And so, I think we're noticing that today is not a galactic activation portal day. We've had 10 consecutive galactic activation portal days that have gone by. And now we're going to get a nice break. For 5 days, we're going to feel that energy is going to come down. It'll be a lot easier today and for the next few days, right? And then, of course, we'll be entering after that sacred mystic column, which, we'll talk about that when we get there, because that's where we're going to do the work if we want to change our life, right? And that means to either change it from bad to good, so to speak, or from good to better. So now that we've seen what the tone and the frequency is for this day, then let's take a look in the back of our calendar. And here we have a description of each tone, each frequency, because we need to know what we're blending together for our galactic signature for today. And we find the 12th tone, the crystal tone of cooperation, on page 8. And we see that this crystal tone of cooperation has 3 key words. It's the crystal tone of cooperation, so cooperation is obviously one of the key words. And universalize and dedicate are the other 2 key words. Dedicate, universalize, and cooperate. For the crystal tone of cooperation, CALAHUN. And our quote to help us understand this crystal tone of cooperation a little more clearly. Well, CALAHUN represents the maximum evolution of form. Its attainment of complete complexity. If we see on the bottom of our card, it says complex stability. Right here, we are achieving complex stability. So, having dissolved rigidity in tone Hunlun, the crystal tone, CALAHUN, presents a higher order of coordination, offering complex stability, creativity, cohesion, and comprehensive vision. Here we perceive the coherency of the whole as a composition of related parts, honoring the elaborate interworkings of life as a mandalic synthesis. Right? You see this mandala behind me here, this beautiful pattern. Right? Our life can be like that. Right? A mandalic synthesis. Right? CALAHUN, the crystal tone, asks us to universalize, to translate our knowledge and insights that they may be universally applicable, relevant, and shareable with all, assisting the evolution and also the elevation of the common good. Tone CALAHUN affirms that we ourselves embody the highest qualities of internal and social architecture. Like a crystal with its unique individual facets that contribute to the totality of its beauty, so tone CALAHUN reminds us to honor and celebrate the diverse features and contributions of individuals which constitute a powerful, strong, independent community. Tone CALAHUN offers the recognition that in a healthy whole system, the needs of the individual are met by the collective, and in return, the individual feeds the aspiration of the collective. So may we strive to collaborate with one another, combining our gifts and enhancing our efforts while remaining clear and lucid in the grace of our own autonomy. Also, every 13 days around the world, groups of natural time trekkers meet regularly on these crystal days to share their accounts of completed adventures and to determine new adventures to undertake. These gatherings, known as round tables or courts of kin, are specifically held on crystal days because the crystal tone, CALAHUN, models cooperation. Right, so on the days when it's about cooperation, that's the day that we incorporate that into our lives. Right, whatever that energy is, we're really incorporating that into our daily activities so that we can be in harmony with the universe. Now, these circles exhibit the cohering power of acknowledging all participants as carrying equal rights and equal responsibilities, while organized around a central unifying focus. And all are universally welcome to contribute their personal energy in dedication to the constructive functioning of the whole. The crystal tone CALAHUN declares, every being has a place in the formation. Our individual efforts of perseverance and commitment are invaluable. As we work in concert with one another, a powerful synergy emerges, a crystalline configuration which equals more than the sum of its parts. So, may we each experience ourselves as integral components of a network of divine creativity. And our quote, every individual is a detail of the whole pattern. Everyone's important. Everything's important in this universe. If I were to take even the slightest dot out of this mandala, that's the only thing you would notice about this beautiful thing behind me. Right? What was missing from it. That's what you'd notice. And it'd ruin all the beauty of it. That is CALAHUN, the crystal tone of cooperation. The first part of our galactic signature. Next, we want to turn a couple pages here and find yellow warrior kib on page 12. And we see we have 3 key words to help us readily understand what this energy is about. Yellow warrior kib questions. Yellow warrior kib is about intelligence and fearlessness. Right? Warriors are fearless, right? And they question with intelligence. Our quote, and a deep quote indeed. Fearlessness is not a reduction of fear, but rather the capacity to go beyond fear. Going beyond fear begins when we examine our fears. In the Shambhala tradition, discovering fearlessness comes from working with the softness of the heart. The spirit of the yellow warrior kib invites us to access divine guidance and to circulate fresh analysis of our convictions to assure they represent our truths, and to confront uncharted terrain, to exercise keen awareness, to embrace challenges by recognizing them as the ever-present gifts of growth, understanding obstacles as opportunities to strengthen ourselves, applying mindfulness, precision, and will, question all appearances, reference points, and information to gain deeper insights and intelligence. Question and confront fears in order to release their hold and transcend them. Apply one-pointed focus and determination in consciously proceeding toward goals while remaining unweighted by expectations. Right? What do we mean by unweighted by expectations? Well, if we think it's going to be dangerous or not turn out well or something like that, well, we might be weighted down and not go forward, not move forward. Weighed down with the fear, the expecting fear, right? Expectations, the expectation of fear. It could weigh us down and keep us from going forward. And then we often find out, oh, there was nothing to fear in the first place. Isn't it? Well, it says here in our galactic calendar that a warrior's strength is in how they respond. How will you channel the power of the yellow warrior? Right? That's the energy today. How are we channeling this warrior energy today? Right? We might feel a little bit like a warrior today because that's what the universe is vibrating like today. A spiritual warrior, though. Not one of those warriors carrying around guns and bombs and stuff. A cosmic warrior. Now, yellow warrior kib glyph symbol represents or resembles, I should say, a shield communicating that you are an agent of cosmic forces. So be at home in the cosmic question mark. Integrate the three forces of mind, will, and spirit to pick up the staff of galactic empowerment. Right? That's what KIB is about. Picking up that staff of galactic empowerment. Right? That's why we see these. And also it's about choosing which path are you going to choose. There's three paths to choose from here. As we walk this path of life that is really a question, we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. We don't know what's going to happen in the next moment. Right? And we see these three paths, one to the left, one to the right, one going up, up, straight up. One represents the material way, one represents the spiritual way. One represents the middle way, which is a blending of the two. A perfect balancing blending of the spiritual and the material way. None, we're not saying one's right, one's wrong. There they are, though. And we're free to choose. So now that we've seen the tone and the frequency separately, let's set this galactic calendar aside. Let's grab our Cosmic Dream Spell Astrology Wisdom Workbook. And let's open to page 116, where we see that today's galactic signature is Kin 116. And, well, yellow warrior Kib today is conjoining with the crystal tone of cooperation, CALAHUN. So today we say CALAHUN Kib. After receiving the freedom of the spectral energy, the spectral tone of liberation yesterday, today comes the complex stability of the crystal tone of cooperation. Yellow crystal warrior CALAHUN Kib guides and teaches us to be the spiritual warriors of grace. Right? The spiritual warriors of grace, not combatants. Be the spiritual warriors of grace, questioning with divine intelligence. As we advance toward our fears in order to regroup, reform, and recrystallize into a higher intelligent order. Now that we have received the freedom of the spectral energy, yellow crystal warrior, CALAHUN Kib, invites us to focus on our inner voice as we move along this metaphysical path of the cosmic question mark. As the journey continues, we realize that earnest devotion and focused cooperation elevate our abilities. Through this discernment, we begin to realize that through wholehearted sincerity, indomitable willpower, and gracious humility, we can co-create with other like-minded brothers and sisters in ways that manifest unlimited exponential opportunities. To the Maya, the definition of bravery is moving forward in the face of uncertain and unknown circumstances. The essence of spiritual warriorship is never giving up on anyone or anything. And the spiritual warrior must be schooled in this inner quieting. Yellow crystal warrior CALAHUN Kib reminds us that as we collectively work together in alliance for the betterment of the greater good, our collective efforts can and will offer and extend complex stability to our planetary family at large. And we would be wise to thankfully and humbly acknowledge all of the supportive forces that have assisted our progress, as they're always conspiring on our behalf. Right? That's Yellow Crystal Warrior Kib. Yellow Crystal Warrior CALAHUN Kib. Sorry about that. That's our galactic signature for today. Now we've blended these two energies together. Now we can do some coloring and drawing. And, well, we want to draw this archetypical glyph. It's going to wake up something in our memory here. Every time we see it, and the best way to get intimately acquainted with it, the fastest way to awaken that sleeping memory is to really draw it. Draw it ourselves, right? Draw it and color it. It's Yellow Warrior Kib, right? Well, we can draw this square and make these 3 pathways here that we talked about earlier. Make this question mark here. This can be seen as, well, a path that's in the shape of a question, like our journey of life, our path of life. Or it could be seen as a staff to help guide us through life, as a ferryman kind of guides us safely across the river. We want to just color it yellow because it's Yellow Warrior Kib. And right next to this, we want to draw these 2 bars and 2 dots like this and color them red as well, because we're coloring these red. Well, because it is a 13-day wave spell, right? So we've been coloring them red all along, right? This is the 12th day in a row that we've been coloring this solar frequency red, right? So coloring it red, just as all the others. Tomorrow we'll color that one red as well, and that'll be the end of this 13-day wave spell. And it's an energy thing, right? That means it's initiating. These 13 days are about initiating kind of energy. Next, we're going to fill in all of these blanks down at the bottom of our workbook and do our affirmation together, where we're going to utilize those 3 key words for the tone and 3 key words for the frequency in one unique energy affirmation for today. So today, the first blank, kin number or day number, right? Kin or day number 116. We're 116 days in on this 216-day energy wave that we call the Zolkin. Next blank is galactic signature in English. And we've been saying it, yellow, crystal, warrior. Yellow, crystal, warrior. That's the English way of saying this galactic signature. The Mayan way of saying this galactic signature, we would say the tone and the frequency. The tone is CALAHUN. The frequency is Kib, so we say CALAHUN Kib. But writing it in will get it into our mind and keep it into our mind better. So just write it right in there. Next is color and direction. It's yellow warrior, Kib. So the color is yellow. The direction is south. And south flowers, ripens, brings to fruition. Then we have our 3 circles down here at the bottom of the page. We want to write in that the moon is waxing, right? The first one is the lunar phase. The moon is waxing. And we want to color it in. The moon is just a sliver here of light. It's not a galactic activation portal day, nor is it a Pocahontas clear day. So that brings us to our affirmation for today. Let's watch for those 3 key words: dedicate, universalize, and cooperation, for that crystal tone of cooperation. Question, fearlessness, and intelligence for yellow warrior Kib. I'll read through it once, then we'll do it together 3 times. Today I dedicate in order to question universalizing fearlessness. I seal the output of intelligence with the crystal tone of cooperation. And today I am guided by the power of elegance. Let's do it together 3 times now. Today I dedicate in order to question universalizing fearlessness. I seal the output of intelligence with the crystal tone of cooperation. And today I am guided by the power of elegance. Today I dedicate in order to question universalizing fearlessness. I seal the output of intelligence with the crystal tone of cooperation. Today I am guided by the power of elegance. Today I dedicate in order to question universalizing fearlessness. I seal the output of intelligence with the crystal tone of cooperation. And today I am guided by the power of elegance. Namaste and Lakach. Jayom Guru. There we have it. Another energy traffic check complete. And now we're ready to get on out there and take on this day, right? And be successful. And at the end of the day, when we see how everything in the universe is coordinating with these energies that our Mayans have described for us here today? Well, our life will make a little bit more sense. Everything will be a little more in balance. And tomorrow will be a better day. And every day will get better and better if you just keep sticking with this. Don't give up on it. Don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on your peace and your happiness. You're striving for peace and happiness, right? If you're going to be striving for anything, strive for your peace and your happiness. And I want to see everybody living a peaceful, harmonious life. So get a hold of me if you'd like to talk about this some more. We get together every Sunday on Zoom, where our spiritual family gets together and talks. If you'd like to join us for that, we have Sunday services on Zoom, on Facebook Live. So, and that's also put up on YouTube as well. So we're starting to get a little more active on YouTube. So, like and follow and share us on YouTube. I'm supposed to say that to remind everybody to do that so that, well, we can reach more people and help more people. Thank you all. God bless us all. Namaste and Lakach Jayom Guru. Let's get on out there and have a great day, wherever you are in the world. And remember that this day was made for you. You were not made for the day. The day belongs to you. Take it. Become a fully empowered empath and take control of your day by taking control of the energy that's all around all the time. Thank you all. Bye now. We'll see you next time.